Good evening, everybody. We're here with the 14U AA Mustangs against the West Seneca Wings for Game 2 of our doubleheader, coming to you from Leisure Rinks in West Seneca, New York. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in with us and who tuned in earlier today. Now, we were supposed to have 2 games tomorrow in New York as well, but because of the weather, we canceled those games and we're going home right after this game to hopefully beat the storm. And I know a bunch of teams around the area are canceling their games on Sunday too, just because it sounds like it's going to be a big old storm coming. Hopefully everybody is prepared and stays safe during the crazy weather. So I do have my phone hooked up to a battery pack. So hopefully we won't have the phone die on me like it did the last game. I do apologize about that. I've never had my phone run out of battery before, but it is a little bit colder in this rink, and the Wi-Fi towards the end was getting a little bit wonky, so I don't know if it was just searching for service for so long it just died. But I do have it hooked up to the backup, so hopefully that won't happen again. And hopefully the Wi-Fi will stay strong during this broadcast, because we did have a little bit of a drop of the Wi-Fi there at the end. So we have about 58 seconds left in the warm-up. So we are coming off a loss from the first game, but we knew that this was going to be a really tough team for us. We had some really good moments of puck movement and some pressure and some intensity. So hopefully we can keep that up and come back strong this second game. So we're just about ready to get through warm-ups here. So I'm going to mute you here just for a minute. Yep. Okay. So we're about ready to get started. We have Winfield on the net to the right. We have Baker, Sheehan, Lugar, Steer, and Knob out for the Mustangs to get started. So we get it down into our offensive zone. Sheehan's skating to get to this puck in the corner, loops around, does get out into the neutral zone. Steer back to collect this puck. Steer sends it behind the net around towards Knob. Knob to Sheehan. Sheehan tries to get it up and out. The wings keep it in. Goes behind the net. Steer into the corner. We'll hit it up along the boards towards Baker. Baker fighting for the puck to try to get it out. The wings keep it in at the blue line and dump it down behind the net. Knob picks it up and sends it around the boards. Lugar steals that puck. Lugar gets it over towards Baker. Baker through the neutral zone. Baker with a shot on net, saved by the goalie. The wings have this puck. Bring it through the neutral zone. Knob sends it up along the boards. Dumps it down towards the corner. Brooks will collect, send it hard, up and out. The wings have it in the neutral zone. Cross-ice pass and dump it down. Knob will go behind the net to collect it. Gets broken up by the wings. Knob still fighting for that puck back there along with Brooks. The wings have it out in the front. Center it. Broken up momentarily by Bilodeau. Brooks trying to get to that puck along with Knob. Giesman fighting to get to that puck. Puck checks it towards the corner. Knob still fighting for this puck. Gets it up towards Downey. Downey and Bilodeau fighting for that puck, but the wings come away with it. Poke check by Brooks out to the wall. Still fighting in that corner for the puck. Downey behind the net trying to get to this. Wilson's in there as well for the Mustangs. The wings take it to the blue line and dump it down behind the net. Brooks will collect this. Hits it hard up off the boards. The wings keep it in. Bilodeau has this. Gets it up towards the blue line, but the wings keep it in and send it back down. Brooks drop passes it for Bilodeau. Bilodeau's serving, hits it hard up the boards, and does get it out into the neutral zone. Tipped, so no icing. Giesman putting pressure along that puck. Giesman keeps it along that wall momentarily before the wings come away with it. The wings center it. Cross-ice pass bounces off of Wilson. Moore picks this up, sends it up towards Eichfeld. Eichfeld into the neutral zone. Eichfeld along these near boards through the neutral zone into the offensive zone. Eichfeld still fighting for that puck. Shot up into the netting. So 13:29 left in the first period. Score is still 0-0. We're going to have a face-off to the left of the goalie. Or actually, we're going to do the right of the goalie. So we're going to have Kaufman, Eichfeld, Williams, Moore, and Steer for the Mustangs. So Eichfeld into the corner, fighting for that puck, leaks around towards the opposite corner. Williams trying to get to that puck. Kaufman fighting to break out that play. Williams centers it, but the wings are there. Poke checked down. Eichfeld back towards Steer. Steer along the wall. Steer and Eichfeld fighting for it. The wings come up with it. Pass it into the neutral zone. Kaufman putting some pressure along that puck. The wings take it behind the net, center it off of the back of the net. The wings along the near board, send it up to the point. Shot wide of the net, leaks around to the far boards. The wings send it behind the net again. Eichfeld will pick this up, gets it up towards Kaufman. Kaufman skating hard, dumps it towards the middle. Kaufman still fighting for that puck in the corner. Williams will take that puck, sends it towards Wenzel. Wenzel back to Knob. Knob with a shot deflected by the wings. The wings send it behind the net. The wings cross-ice pass into neutral zone, broken up by Conrad. Conrad back to Wilson. Wilson with a shot, but it gets deflected up into our bench. So 12-12 left in the first period. Score still 0-0. So we'll have the face-off to the left of Winfield. We'll have Knob, Wilson, Conrad, Wenzel, and wide line. So Conrad with that face-off. Knob takes it behind the net. Knob passes it up, deflected by the wings. Wenzel in pursuit of the puck. Wenzel still trying to get to this puck. And high sticking. So we'll have a face-off to the left of the goalie for high sticking. Conrad, wide line, Wenzel, Wilson, and Knob. The Wings bring it through the neutral zone. Pass it towards the middle, goes behind the net. The Wings have it behind the net, pass it out to the dot, up to the point. Top of the circle, down to the dot again. Shot, deflected. Good save there by Winfield. The Wings have it towards the middle, pass it back up to the point. Shot, wide of the net. Wenzel coming in to break up that play. The Wings keep it in. Conrad, or Wilson trying to break up that play. The Wings have it in there. It does get broken up by the Mustangs. The Wings keep it in, get it at the point. The Wings turn around. Good pressure by Wenzel. Good block there by Conrad and Wideline. Wideline gets this puck through the neutral zone. Wideline dumps it down after he gains the red line. So something happened there behind the play, I believe. So we have a high sticking and a roughing. So is that Conrad that's in the box? Yeah, so something happened behind the play. I did not see what happened, but Conrad's in the box and one of the Wings players are in the box. It looks like one was a high sticking, one was a roughing. So it should be offsetting penalties, so we're still at 5-on-5. Sheehan, Baker, Lugar, Brooks, and Moore for the Mustangs. So Sheehan with the faceoff goes down to the back corner. The Wings hit it along the boards, but it stays in that corner. Sheehan fighting for this puck. Sheehan gets it towards Baker. Baker centers it. Lugar tries to get a shot off, but it's broken up by the Wings. Brooks is there to break up the play along the near boards momentarily. Moore will go back to collect this puck. Moore takes it behind the net. Moore still fighting for this puck. Brooks comes away with it, hits it hard up along the boards. The Wings keep it on, center it, broken up by Baker. Moore hits it out into the neutral zone. The Wings don't get control of it. Baker does send it down towards the far corner. Baker behind the net, still fighting for the puck. Lugar with a hit to break up that play. The Wings come away with it, bring in through the neutral zone and dump it down. Knob putting pressure along the puck. Knob and the Wings players still fighting for that puck along the boards. The Wings have it behind the net. Sheehan and Baker trying to break up the play. The Wings do come away with it. Gets broken up by Knob momentarily. Gets it over to Sheehan. Sheehan to Lugar. Lugar up to Baker. Baker back to Lugar. Lugar into the neutral zone. The Wings have to regroup, and then they dump it down on net. Saved by Winfield. Winfield will leave it for Knob. Knob changes directions along the boards to Brooks. Downey in with a hit to break up that play. Brooks and Downey fighting for this puck along the boards. Knob will go back to collect, dumps it for Brooks. Brooks changes directions but gets hit into the boards. Brooks still fighting for this puck behind the net. Brooks hits that puck up towards Giesman. The Wings somehow keep that in. Knob with the puck again. Changes directions, hits it up along the boards. The Wings keep it in, dump it down to the far corner. Sheehan putting pressure along this puck on the back wall. Sheehan still fighting for this puck. Gets it up towards Downey. The Wings center it, poke checked by Brooks. And Knob will pick up this puck, skates it through the neutral zone, bounces it off the dasher, goes behind the net. Downey in pursuit of the puck. Bildu keeps that in, centers it, gets broken up. Bildu's still in there trying to get to this puck. The Wings have it, goes off of Giesman's skates to stay in. The Wings get it into the neutral zone. Downey putting pressure along the puck. Poke check there by Knob. Downey picks up this puck. Downey still fighting for the puck along the board. Steer will try to get that puck. There's going to be an interference call. So it looks like Downey's going to go to the box for 2 minutes for interference. So we'll be on a penalty kill for 2 minutes. We have 8:16 left in the first period. The score is still 0-0. We'll face off to the right of the goalie. We have Wilson, Eichfeld, think that's Williams and maybe Bildu out there. Sorry, it's hard for me to see through the glass there. So Eichfeld tries to break up that play. The Wings keep it to the point. Shot, saved by Winfield. Puck is still loose and covered. So 8:04 left in the first period, 1:48 left on our penalty kill.
Nicer weather, Jack.
So I think Winfield's stick might be broken. So it looks like, are you going to get a stick? Okay. So it looks like Merrill is giving Winfield his stick till we can get the other stick from the locker room. Goalies don't break their sticks very often, so they don't always keep them on the bench. But we've got a broken stick, so we're back in it. The Wings up at the point. D-to-D pass over to the top of the circle, saved by Winfield. Up along the boards. To the point. Shot off of the post. The Wings have it at the blue line. Shot, saved by Winfield, up into the rafters. So 7:33 left in the first period, 1:18 left on our penalty kill. So face off to Winfield's right. We have Eichfeld, Zoldi, Moore, and Brooks. So the puck leaks up to the point along the far wall behind the net. The Wings send it back up to the point again, over to the circle, take it behind the net, over to the far wall. Good pressure there by Eichfeld to try and break up that play. The Wings drop it to the red line, centering pass, shot deflected wide of the net. The Wings try to send it to the corner. Wings have it at the top of the circle, shot saved by Winfield. Brooks fighting for this puck along the boards. Moore takes it behind the net and hits it up hard, but the Wings keep it in. Wings at the top of the circle, shot, saved by Winfield. So good job there by Winfield. A couple of saves. We're getting the sticks traded out again. We still have 27 seconds left on our penalty kill. 6:43 left in the first period. Score still 0-0. We have Conrad, Giesman, Knob, and I think that's Steer over there. So the Wings have it at the top of the circle, send it to the point. The Wings with a shot, saved by Winfield. So still 18 seconds left on our penalty kill. So Giesman with the face-off. The Wings come away with it. Quick shot. Deflected up into the netting. So 15 seconds left. This is the longest penalty kill ever. So Giesman with the face-off. Wings have it at the point. Shot, saved by Winfield. So 10 more seconds on the penalty kill. One of these days we'll kill it off. So the Wings have it up at the point. Cross ice pass, shot off of the post. The Wings up at the circle. Pass it towards the blue line. Shot, saved by Winfield. Up. I thought that it hit the top of the rafters, and it did. So we finally killed off that penalty. Great job by the Mustangs there. Good saves by Winfield. We've got 6:09 left in the first period. Score is still 0-0. We have Giesman, Knob, Conrad, Wenzel, and Steer. So Steer hits that puck up out into the neutral zone. Wenzel putting good pressure along that puck. Wenzel fighting to get to that puck. Wenzel behind the net, still putting pressure. The Wings come away with it. The Wings through the neutral zone, bring it around. The Wings towards the middle, broken up by the Mustangs. Steer trying to get to that puck. The Wings center it, broken up by Knob. Giesman does get that out into the neutral zone. The Wings send it back to their D, off of the wall. Conrad, with this puck, hits it out into the neutral zone along the wall. Giesman is there, but the Wings bounce it back. Knob cross ice pass to Steer. Steer dumps it down after he gains the red line. The Wings will come along the boards, hit it up and into our defensive zone. Knob and Sheehan fighting to get to this puck. We have Wilson, Baker, and Lugar in there as well. So we got tied up there. Good job by Sheehan to break up that play. Gets it up to Lugar. We have Lugar and Baker. Lugar over towards Baker. Oh, just a little bit off his stick. Baker tries to center it. Gets deflected by the Wings. The Wings do have it through the neutral zone. Nice poke check there by Brooks. Baker dumps it down. Lugar will go chase it into the corner. Lugar comes away with the puck momentarily. Still fighting for that puck behind the net. Eichfeld in assistance. So Eichfeld and Lugar, I think that's, yeah, Lugar back there fighting for that puck. Brooks hitting that puck, hit the netting, but they're not calling it. So the Wings have this. Cross ice pass deflected off of Baker. Baker dumps it to the near wall. Brooks trying to break up that play. The Wings have it through the neutral zone. Eichfeld breaks out the play, gets it to Brooks. Brooks dumps it down. Williams in pursuit of the puck into the corner. Williams to Eichfeld. Eichfeld around. Eichfeld with a shot saved by the goalie. Eichfeld picks up the puck again. Another shot wide of the net. Williams trying to get to that puck. Williams centers it. Goalie sheds it to the side of the net. The Wings have it through the middle. Brooks breaks up that play. Gets it to Kaufman. Kaufman brings it into our offensive zone. Kaufman centers it, but it bounces off of the Wings player. Kaufman behind the net. Still trying to fight to get to that puck. Kaufman and Eichfeld along the boards. The puck breaks loose. Eichfeld tries to get it centered. Gets broken up by the Wings. The Wings dump it along the near boards, Steer in pursuit of the puck, and that'll be icing. So 2:59 left in the first period. Score is still 0-0. We'll have a face-off to the right of the goalie. So we have Downey, Bilodeau, Giesman, Moore, and Steer. So Moore at the blue line, dumps it down, but it bounces off of the Wings player. The Wings get it into the zone. Steer sends it around the boards to Moore. Moore back towards Steer. Steer up along the boards to Giesman. Steer gets it towards Giesman and out into the neutral zone. The Wings dump it down. I believe that'll be offsides. So we're going to have an intentional offsides with a face-off down to the right of the goalie. We have 2:34 left in the first period. So Downey, Giesman, Bilodeau, Wilson, and Knob. So Bilodeau with the face-off goes over towards Downey. Downey back towards Wilson. Wilson dumps it towards the middle. The Wings come up with it, bringing it right in front of their net. Hit it up along the boards. Knob keeps it in at the blue line. Shot deflected off of the Wings. Downey putting pressure along that puck. Get it up towards Wilson. And we're going to get a tripping penalty against Downey, it looks like. So Downey will be going to the box for 2 minutes for tripping. So we'll be on a penalty kill for 2 minutes. We have 2:16 left in the first period. Score is still 0-0. We'll face up to the left of Winfield. Conrad, Zoldi, Knob, and I think that's Wilson out there too. Trying to see through the glass in the door. So the Wings have it up at the point, cross ice along the blue line again, D to D, over towards the dot, but it couldn't connect. Red line pass up to the top of the circle, back to the bottom of the circle, tries to get a shot off but didn't get the puck. Unfortunately, the puck bounces back towards Winfield and it's covered. So 1:53 left in the first period, still 1:37 left on our penalty kill. Score is still 0-0. So we have Moore, Sheehan, Eichfeld, and I think that might be Brooks over there. So the Wings have it at the blue line, shot, deflected wide of the net. At the point, to the circle, up to the point again. Back to the other D from the middle, shot, saved, out to the corner. Back up to the blue line, over to the opposite D, back to the D, shot, saved, another shot, deflected wide of the net. The Wings kind of passing this puck all around the zone. Shot off of Winfield's mask, off of the pads. The Wings have it, send it back up to the point. We got to get this puck out of the zone. 52 seconds left on our penalty kill. Another shot, deflected. The Wings have it at the point. Pass it around to the top of the circle. Shot, deflected over the net. The Wings along the boards. Moore trying to break up that puck. The Wings have it again. The Wings have just been kind of passing the puck around the zone. This penalty. Good pressure there by Eichfeld momentarily. We have 21 seconds left on our penalty kill. Brooks putting pressure along that puck. It does leak over to the near boards. Eichfeld putting pressure, or that's Sheehan putting pressure along the puck there. Moore tries to break up that play. Sheehan trying to get it out, but the Wings keep it in. Good block by Sheehan. Sheehan dumps it down. Going to go on a change. The Mustangs needed a change there. That was a long shift on that penalty kill. Zoldi taps that down. Goes to Knob. We're back to full strength. Downey putting pressure along that puck. Conrad trying to break up that play. The Wings do bring it into the zone. 1 second left, and that'll be the end of the first period. So at the end of the first period, score is 0-0. Great job by the Mustangs to come out strong. I'm going to mute you during intermission. Okay, we're back to start the second period. Downey comes away with the puck. Downey with a shot goes wide of the neck, deflected. Bildu coming in to try to get to that puck. Giesman in there as well. Pass over towards Steer. Steer hits it up along the boards. Downey tries to break it up. The Wings have it, bounce it down along the boards. The Wings bring it into the zone. Tic-tac passing, wide of the net pass. Centering pass broken up by Knob. Knob up towards Downey. Downey will survey, get it to Giesman in the neutral zone. Giesman hits it up before the Wings gain possession. The Wings cross-ice passing the neutral zone. The Wings have the puck, broken up momentarily by Knob, saved by Winfield. Bildu putting pressure along that puck. Or sorry, that was Steer. Centering pass. Not quite sure what that call was. Do you know what that call was? Yeah, not quite sure what that was, but we're bringing it out. Maybe maybe a crease violation. I don't know. But we have Sheehan, Baker, Lugar, Wilson, and Brooks. So Brooks will take it behind the net. Brooks sends it around towards Wilson along the near boards. The Wings pick this up. Sheehan gets it towards Lugar. Lugar tries to get it out, but it bounces off of the skates. Sheehan along the far boards, trying to get it out. The Wings do keep it in. The Wings center it. Brooks is there to collect this puck. The Wings dump it down towards the corner. Brooks still fighting for this puck. Sheehan putting pressure along that puck as well. The Wings come away with it, send it up to the point. The Wings with a shot deflected off of the glass. The Wings at the corner, send it up along the near boards, shot wide of the net. The Wings dump it down behind the net again. Wilson will go over along the boards to try to pick this up. Good hit there by Lugar to break up the play momentarily. Brooks will go to the corner to break up that play. Lugar with a hit to break up that play. Wilson will go along the boards, trying to get it up. He gets hit, but stands up to that check. Baker gets it out into the neutral zone. The Wings dump it down. Brooks trying to get to this puck. Still fighting for the puck along the boards. Sheehan trying to come away with it as well. Brooks hits it hard up and around the boards towards Baker, but the Wings keep it in. The Wings with a shot saved by Winfield. Lugar with that puck and goes in front of Winfield and covered. So 13:24 left in the second period. Score still 0-0. We have Kaufman, Eichfeld, Williams, Knob, and more. So centering pass, deflected wide of the net. The Wings hit it behind the net. Moore putting pressure along the puck. Moore still trying to fight for that puck. Eichfeld as well. Knob putting pressure. The Wings take it behind the net. Moore hits it towards Williams. Williams over towards Eichfeld. It gets it out into the neutral zone. The Wings do bring it back in. Kaufman putting pressure along that puck. The Wings dump it back to the point. Point-to-point pass. Ooh, thankfully they couldn't get anything on of that. Another shot. Nice blocker saved by Winfield. Williams. Ooh, that was a hard hit. Williams went down hard. Hopefully he's okay. The Wings from the middle deflected wide of the net. Wings with another slap shot goes off of Kaufman. That looked like it hurt. Good block by Kaufman, but that looked painful. Kaufman still up, gets that puck up to the point, but the Wings keep it in. Kaufman hits that puck again, gets it out of the zone. He'll go off for a much-needed change after that block. So 12:15 left in the second period. Score is still 0-0. We're going to have a face-off to Winfield's right. We're going to have Wilson, wide line, Wenzel, Steer, and Conrad. I guess we're going to do left of Winfield. So Conrad with that face-off. The Wings have it at the point. The Wings with a shot deflected high off of the glass. The Wings trying to get it down to the corner. Steer with the puck. Hits it hard, but the Wings keep it in. Steer. Cross-ice pass to Wenzel. Wenzel to Conrad. Conrad through the neutral zone. Conrad towards the middle, saved by the goalie. Wenzel trying to get to this puck. Breaks up the play. Centers it to Conrad. Conrad with a shot just over the net. Wyline putting pressure along this puck. Conrad tries to break up that play. Wenzel trying to break up the play in the neutral zone. Steer sends it up along the boards. Wyline trying to get this puck out. The Wings keep it in. Goes behind the net. Ooh. So the Wings took Steer's feet right out from under him. So the Wings will be going to the box for 2 minutes. So we'll be on a power play for 2 minutes. So 11:30 left in the second period. Score still 0-0. We'll be on a power play for 2 minutes. Eichfeld, Steer, Downey, Bilodeau, and I think that's Sheehan over there. So Eichfeld dumps it to Downey. Downey at the point to Eichfeld. Eichfeld with a shot, deflected. Steer down towards Bilodeau. Bilodeau towards, I think that was Sheehan, but it gets deflected. Steer back to Downey. Downey regrouping over to Steer. Steer brings it into the zone. Steer with a shot, saved by the goalie. Bilodeau tries to get to that rebound, but the Wings get there first. Sheehan and Bilodeau fighting for this puck along the boards. Centering pass right to Eichfeld. Eichfeld and in! So great job. I couldn't really see who passed it from the boards there, but it passed to Eichfeld right in front of the net. Eichfeld with a shot and in. So that'll put the Mustangs up on the board first. 10:47 left in the second period. Great job on that power play. That'll get the Wings out of the box. So we'll be back to full strength for both teams. So we're going to have Lugar, Baker, Sheehan, Brooks, and Knob. So the Mustangs dump it down to the corner. Baker coming in, keeps that puck behind the net. Baker fighting for that puck. The Wings come away with it. The Wings try to get it out into the zone. The Wings pass it D to D. D to D pass again. Sheehan coming in there to put some pressure along that puck. Broken up momentarily by Brooks and Lugar. Brooks fighting to get to this puck. The Wings take it behind the net. Baker will come away with it, gets it over towards Sheehan. Sheehan up along the boards, but the Wings keep it in. Sheehan to Lugar. Lugar into the neutral zone. He gets his stick taken away from him. DD pass by the Wings. Wings dump it down wide of the net. Broken up by Sheehan, gets it to Brooks. Brooks towards Lugar, who still doesn't have a stick, so he was trying to play some soccer with it. So pass deflected by Brooks. Brooks gets it out into the neutral zone. Lugar has his stick back, thankfully. Brooks started to step along the boards, trying to get it centered. Gets it behind the net. Lugar will pick this up. The Wings get it up and out, high bouncing puck. And that'll be icing. So 9:23 left in the second period. They still haven't put the score up on the board here. So the scoreboard still says 0-0, but it should be 1-0 in favor of the Mustangs. So we have Downey, Giesman, Moore, Steer, and Bilodeau. So Wings have this puck. Gets it towards Bilodeau. Bilodeau poke checks it into the zone. The Wings pick this up. Downey trying to break up that play. The Wings have it in the middle. Shot deflected. Good block by Steer. Downey with that puck gets it to Giesman. Giesman to the neutral zone. Giesman trying to get around that player. Goes over to the corner. Bilodeau trying to get to that puck. Goes up. Moore keeps it in. Sends it back down. Downey will have to regroup in the neutral zone. Downey over to Steer. Steer trying to get to that puck. Moore dumps it towards Bilodeau. Moore hits that puck hard up and out. Giesman putting pressure along that puck along with Bilodeau. The Wings do get it out. Good back check by Downey to try to break up that play. The Wings will regroup, send it cross ice, bouncing puck. The Wings have it. Nice block there by Steer. Steer gets that puck out to the neutral zone up to Downey. Downey brings it around behind the net. The Wings come up with it. They have some speed. The Wings through the neutral zone. Kaufman putting pressure along that puck. The Wings starter step there. Gets broken up by the Mustangs. We get this puck over along the near boards, but the Wings get control of it. I think that was Steer comes in with a hit to break up that play. We do get the puck down. Eichfeld in pursuit of this puck. Eichfeld trying to break up that play. The Wings change directions. Good job by Kaufman to keep that puck in. Gets it over to Eichfeld. Eichfeld regrouping. Gets it centered. Kaufman tries to get a shot off. Kaufman tries to get another shot off. Goes behind the net. Williams centering a pass. Kaufman tries to get another shot off. Gets deflected out by the Wings. D-to-D pass. Wilson sends it up towards Williams. D-to-D pass by the Wings. Into the neutral zone. Brooks with his puck hits it up, but the Wings keep it in. Kaufman does get it leaked out into the neutral zone. Eichfeld sticking with this puck, tries to get it over to Williams, but it gets picked off. The Wings come in. They've got no one to beat. Nice save by Winfield. So good save by Winfield there on that breakaway. 6:54 left in the second period. The Mustangs are winning 1-0. We have Brooks. So Brooks, Wilson, Wideline, Zoldi, and Conrad. Conrad will take the face off, sitting along the dot there. Zoldi comes up with it, trying to get it out of the zone. The Wings keep it in. Brooks changes directions, trying to get that puck out. Brooks up and into the neutral zone. The Wings will collect, hit it up along the near boards. Broken up by Brooks, gets it up to Zoldi. Zoldi trying to get that puck out of the zone. Still fighting for that puck along the boards. Cross ice pass by the Wings up into the neutral zone, and that should be icing. So 6:22 left in the second period. Mustangs are ahead 1-0. These 16-minute periods make this game feel like it's going on forever. So we're going to have a face-off to the right of the goalie. We're going to have Moore and Nob back on D. Lugar, Sheehan, and Baker. So the Wings are coming in hard to get to this puck. They center it. Bouncing puck there. Baker gets this puck out into the neutral zone. Poke check by the Wings. Baker over along the far boards. Still fighting for this puck. The Wings bring it behind the net. Poke check by Sheehan. Hard pass by the Wings, who tip it, so no icing. Moore behind the net to pick up this puck. Tries to change direction, but the Wings are there. The Wings center it, shot, and in. So unfortunately, a centering pass from behind the red line and in. So that'll tie it up 1-1. We have 5:44 left in the second period. So we have Bilodeau, Downey, Giesman, Wilson, and Steer. So the Wings have it, dump it along the board. Steer trying to get to that puck. The Wings come up with it. Centering pass, deflected off of Winfield. Shot, deflected off of a bunch of bodies in the middle there. Another shot, deflected. Steer gets it up and out. The Wings dump it down to the corner. The Wings change directions, send it towards the middle, over to the other D. Shot, deflected, wide of the net. The Wings pick it up behind the net, send it to the dot. Downey comes in to break up that play. The Wings come away with it. Oh, we've got bodies flying everywhere. So we had a couple hits there back and forth between the Mustangs and the Wings. And it kind of escalated. So we've got a Wings player going to the box, and we've got Steer going to the box. So I think they're both for cross-checking. So the ref is still sorting things out. So they should be offsetting penalties, so we should still be 5-on-5. So they're sending another Wings player to the box. So I'm not sure if that was a misconduct too. Oh no. So maybe that was a 10-2 on the Wings. So, or maybe it was a second penalty on the Wings player. So Steer's in the box and the other Wings player is in the box. So they look like they were offsetting. And then there is another Wings player in the box with a 2-minute penalty up there. So I'm not sure if it was an offsetting penalty and then 10-2, or if it was two separate penalties against the Wings. Either way, we're on a power play for 2 minutes. The puck leaks down wide of the net, and that'll be icing. So 4:42 left in the second period. We're tied 1-1. We have 1:40 left on our power play. So the refs are still talking to the box. I think the box is, or the scorekeeper is confused as what penalties are what. So the ref has explained to everybody, except us, what's going on. So we'll just have to figure it out. But it looks like we're still in a power play for 1:40. So the puck is just sitting there along the dot. Then the Wings do take it behind the net. Wings hit it up hard. Downey will have to go try and collect this. No icing as it was tipped. The Wings player and Downey are fighting to get to this puck. The Wings do bring it behind the net into the corner. Downey's still putting pressure along that puck. And Eichfeld trying to get it out, but it gets deflected back to the corner. Sheehan trying to break up that play. Sheehan and Downey with this puck. So I did not actually see what was going on. Sheehan's going to the box. And Downey's going to the box. Did you guys see what happened?
Something happened down with his head.
Yeah, but then I don't know why Downey. So Sheehan and one of the Wings players were down at our defensive end. Something happened, but then something else happened in the offensive end, and Downey's in the box. I'm not really sure what's going on. I do apologize. So we have 2 2-minute penalties up on the board. There's still a minute 10 left on the Wings penalty. So we have 3 players in the box. They have 2 players in the box. 4:12 left in the second period. We're tied 1-1. It looks like it's going to be a 3-on-4 penalty kill for the Mustangs. And we have, is that Giesman, Wilson, and Brooks out for the Mustangs on a face-off to the right of Winfield. So Giesman with the face-off, the Wings come away with it, get it to the point. The Wings to the opposite Z, back to the top of the point, to the dot, back to the point. Shot, saved by Winfield. Wings back up to the point. Another shot just wide of the net. Brooks trying to get that puck up and does get it out into the neutral zone. The Wings will regroup. The Wings bring it through the neutral zone with some speed. Back to the point. Cross ice to the opposite point. Shot, nice save by Winfield. The Wings pass it down to the corner but couldn't connect. Brooks is there to try to break up that play. The Wings take it behind the net. Brooks still putting pressure. Drop pass in the opposite direction behind the net. Wings send it in front, broken up by the Mustangs. The Wings come around, drop it to the point. Another shot, deflected. Another shot saved by Winfield. Another shot behind the net. So Wilson gets that up and out. So the Wings player is out of the box. So I think we are a 5-on-3 penalty kill. The Wings have it over to the point. Shot saved by Winfield. So good job there by Winfield. Couple great saves. We still have 36 seconds on each of our penalties. So those must have been offsetting penalties because Steer is out of the box now. We have Steer, Eichfeld, and Na, but we're still a 3-on-5 penalty kill. Eichfeld trying to get to that puck. The Wings send it to the point, to the opposite point, back to the point, over to the circle, shot, and in. So the Wings definitely had possession of that puck, passing it back and forth, shot, and in. So that'll put the... Oh, was it? Okay, so they're saying that the net was off, so it looks like no goal. So no goal, net was off. So we're going to have another face-off there. Eichfeld, the Wings have it up towards the point. The Wings, the circle, shot saved by Winfield. Another shot saved by Winfield. So we have 15 seconds left on each of our penalties. Still a 3-on-5 penalty kill. Moore, Brooks, and Eichfeld. So the Wings have this in the corner. Brooks trying to put some pressure. The Wings wrap around shot, saved by Winfield. The Wings with another shot bounces off of the crossbar. Wings towards the point. We're back to full strength. Shot wide of the net. And the net's off again. So we are back to full strength. 2:05 left in the second period. Still tied 1-1. So we have Wenzel, Conrad, wide line, Moore, and Brooks on a face-off to the right of Winfield. We're back to full strength for both teams. So Conrad will take the face-off. So Moore will come up with the puck, sends it up along the boards. The Wings keep it in at the blue line. The Wings surveying it, dump it down behind the net. Moore and Brooks putting pressure along the puck. Brooks comes up with it, sends it along the boards to wide line. Wide line trying to get to this puck. Moore and Brooks fighting for it. The pass does get centered. Wenzel gets it out towards the corner. The Wings trying to get it centered. Good job by Conrad to break up that puck. Cross ice pass. Brooks will collect this. Brooks sends it up along the boards to Wenzel. It takes a bounce off of some ice, I'm assuming. Shot blocked by Conrad. Wide line hits that puck hard up along the boards towards Moore. Moore does get it up and out into the neutral zone. The Wings will change directions. Wide line breaks up that play. Wings hit it up along the boards. So there's going to be a roughing penalty. So roughing penalty against the Wings. They'll go to the box for 2 minutes. So minute 2 left in the second period. We're still tied 1-1. We have Eichfeld, Sheehan, Steer, Downey, and Bilodeau. So Eichfeld with that face-off. Bilodeau trying to get to this puck. The Wings get up and out into the neutral zone. The Wings dump it towards the middle, wide of the net. Steer hits it around the board. Eichfeld changes directions. Eichfeld still fighting for that puck along the boards. Downey comes in assistance and collects the puck. Downey behind the net changes directions. Downey with some speed through the neutral zone. Downey trying to get it off Bilodeau there. Trying to stick with that puck. Sheehan coming up with it. Poke check by Eichfeld. The Wings hit up. Nice job by Downey to keep that puck in the zone. Downey keeps that puck in momentarily, but the Wings do leak it out. Steer poke checks that puck. Steer along the boards. Right from all the little kids there. They enjoyed that. Eichfeld trying to break up that play and does. And that'll be the end of the second period. So at the end of the second period, we're tied 2-2. It's getting extra noisy in here because we've got lots of little kids here. Oh, is there hooking? Okay. Thank goodness Chad's paying attention. As I guess right before the buzzer goes off, Sheehan's going to the box for hooking. So he'll go for 2 minutes. I'm going to mute you here for a minute. Okay, we're starting the third period. 60 minutes up on the clock, saved by the goalie. Giesman putting pressure along the puck. So the Wings bring this through the neutral zone. Kaufman putting some pressure along that puck. Knob putting pressure along that puck. The Wings take it behind the net. The Wings send it out to the circle. Top of the circle around. Shot, saved by Winfield. Steer picks up this puck. Cross ice pass to Kaufman. Kaufman gets hit into the boards. The Wings will regroup. We are 4-on-4 hockey for 17 more seconds before the Wings get out of the box. And then we have a minute 15 left on our penalty. Steer trying to get to that puck. Gets taken down by the Wings. Blocked, gloved down by, I think that's Knob. Knob tries to get over towards Giesman. The Wings dump it down before they go on a change. Knob changes directions behind the net. The Wings have it at the point. Send it up to the top of the blue line, deflected wide of the net. The Wings up towards the point, over to the other boards, up to the top, deflected and saved by Winfield. So 14:33 left in the third period. We still have 32 seconds left in our penalty kill. Score is tied 1-1. So it looks like we're going to have Downey, Moore, Eichfeld, and Brooks. So the Wings over to the near wall, to the middle, shot just wide of the net. The Wings dump it down into the corner. Wings circle around, goes off of Moore's skates. Centering pass. Eichfeld breaks that up. The Wings do keep it in at the blue line. Shot blocked to the side of the net. The Wings keep this in. The Wings from the dot. Shot over the net. We are back to full strength. Eichfeld with his puck. Eichfeld up to Bilodeau, who is streaking. The Wings have this along the far boards. Hit us up. Moore keeps it in. Dumps it down to Bilodeau. Bilodeau over to Downey. Downey with a backhanded shot saved by the goalie. Good attempt there. Brooks keeps this in at the blue line. Brooks with a shot saved by the goalie. Downey sends it up towards Eichfeld. Eichfeld around that one player momentarily. Bilodeau trying to get it back into the zone. Bilodeau trying to get over towards Downey. He goes down momentarily. Bilodeau does get it into the zone, but still hung up with lots of Wings players. Brooks comes in into the neutral zone, sends it down behind the net. Downey will collect and over towards Bilodeau. Bilodeau tries to get it centered, picked off by the Wings. Wilson putting pressure along that puck. The Wings center it, shot wide of the net. Wings try to get it centered, broken up by the Mustangs. Wilson hit this puck up along the boards. Downey trying to get to this puck. Shot deflected. Shot either deflected or saved by Winfield. The Wings have this, but we do get it out into the neutral zone. Downey in pursuit of this puck. The Wings hit it along the near boards. Lugar towards Downey. Downey up to Wilson at the point. Wilson over towards Sheehan. Sheehan trying to get it centered. Gets broken up by the Wings. Wilson hits it down into the corner. Oh, bounces off of the ref. So Lugar there trying to get it centered. Still fighting for this puck along the boards. Leaks out into the neutral zone. Steer dumps it back down. Baker over along the far boards trying to get to this puck. Baker trying to get it centered, gets broken up by the Wings. Lugar up along the boards momentarily before the Wings collect and send it behind the net. Baker does center it to Sheehan. Unfortunately, couldn't get that shot off. The Wings have it through the neutral zone. The Wings with a shot saved by Winfield. Lugar will pick up this puck, sends it over to Steer. Steer up and deflected off of Baker. Baker putting some good pressure along that puck. The Wings do get control of it. Cross ice pass broken up by Knob. Knob still fighting for that puck. Williams is in there, sends it down into the offensive zone. Eichfeld in to try to get to this puck. And then we have Eichfeld along the boards, but the Wings do get out into the neutral zone. Kaufman with his puck, bringing it through. Kaufman over towards Eichfeld. Eichfeld changes directions, gets it towards Kaufman. Kaufman still fighting for this puck, gets it to Eichfeld. Eichfeld trying to do a backhanded shot, and in, but saved by the goalie. Good wraparound attempt, but saved by the goalie. So 10:51 left in the third period. Score is tied 1-1. We have Kaufman, Eichfeld, Williams, Brooks, and Wilson. So it looks like the wings are changing out. So we have Eichfeld and Kaufman. So the wings going through the neutral zone. Brooks in pursuit of this puck. Brooks fighting to get to this puck. Leaks behind the net. The wings keep this in at the point. The wings with a shot. Saved by Winfield. Goes over to the far wall. Williams sends this up towards Eichfeld. Eichfeld gets it out into the neutral zone. Eichfeld still fighting for this puck. The wings cross-ice pass through the neutral zone, broken up momentarily by Kaufman. Kaufman hits this up towards Eichfeld. Eichfeld into the offensive zone, fighting for that puck along the boards, comes away with it. Eichfeld around that one player. Eichfeld trying to get it centered, gets taken down. Williams tries to get a shot off. Shot from the point by Steer, or that might have been Wilson. Brooks at the point, tries to get it over towards Wilson. Unfortunately, that puck got stuck on the ice. Williams with this puck centers it over towards Conrad. Conrad tries to get the shot off, but it gets stuck. A shot from the point, saved by the goalie. Williams trying to get to this puck. Conrad comes away with it momentarily. The puck leaks along the far boards. There's going to be a penalty for tripping. Let's see who that's against. So it looks like the wings are going to go to the box for 2 minutes for tripping. So we'll be on a power play for 2 minutes. 9:28 left in the third period. Still tied 1-1. This game definitely seems to be going on forever. We've got some great hockey here. Great job for the Mustangs. Giesman, Kaufman, Williams, Knob, and Brooks, I believe. There's maybe a mouth guard or something that was stuck on the ice that the goalie just put in the goal. So Kaufman fighting for this puck in the boards. Giesman along the boards as well. Giesman comes away with it, gets it up towards Knob. Knob over to Brooks. Brooks down towards Kaufman. Kaufman to Williams. Williams behind the net. Tries to get it center, gets it over to Giesman. Giesman serving. Gets it up to Knob. Knob with a shot deflected by Kaufman, but saved by the Wings player. The puck does leak out. There's 1:20 left on our power play. The drop pass by the Wings. Thankfully, they couldn't get anything on that. Williams with the slide to save that. The Wings keep it in with a poke check. Brooks fighting for this puck along the boards. Knob comes away with it. Knob has some speed into the neutral zone. Knob dumps it down and will go chase. Giesman fighting for it along the boards. Bildu looking to center. High bouncing puck saved by the goalie. So 8:13 left in the third period. We're still tied 1-1. 45 seconds left on our power play. So we have Biladu, Eichfeld, Sheehan, Downey, and Steer on a face-off to the right of the goalie. Eichfeld with that face-off. Eichfeld trying to wrap around. Eichfeld up to Downey. Downey back towards Steer. Steer tries to center it, bounces off of the Wings player. Sheehan trying to get it in there. Eichfeld with a shot. Biladu with a shot, just wide of the net and all those. Wings bounce it off the boards into the zone. Steer collects this puck, gives it to Downey. Downey with some speed into the neutral zone. Downey's still fighting for this puck in the neutral zone. Gets picked off by the wings. Steer will collect it, waiting for everybody to get back on sides. Steer dumps it down after we get back on sides. Cross ice pass for a streaking wings player. Downey is back on D. Good job by Downey to kick that puck out of the way. Steer brings it out into the neutral zone. The wings player collect it. Steer tries to break that up. Poke check by Downey. This wings have it right in front and in. So unfortunately, the wings player have that right out in front of the net. Pulled it to the side and then shot on the opposite side. So that'll put the Wings up 2-1. 7:04 left in the third period. So we're going to have Wenzel, Conrad, wide line. So Conrad fighting for that puck. Brooks sends it over to Moore. Moore to the middle to Wenzel. Conrad, a shot on net, saved by the goalie. Wenzel putting pressure along that puck. Brooks tries to keep it in, but it bounces out. Moore trying to get to this puck. The Wings with a shot, another shot. Two good saves by Winfield there. The Wings keep it in. Moore will collect. Centering pass picked off by the Wings. The Wings with another shot. And I think that shot got underneath Winfield and he just kind of sat down and didn't let it move. Good job there. 6:24 left in the third period. The Wings are ahead 2-1. The Mustangs are fighting hard. We have Downey, Giesman, Bilodeau, I think Wilson and Steer. So Downey with that face-off. The Wings have it in the neutral zone. Cross-ice pass. Another cross-ice pass almost picked up by Giesman. They couldn't get that shot off. Good job there by Bilodeau to break up that play. Giesman trying to get to that puck. Cross-ice pass again, D to D. Up along the near boards. Bilodeau picks off that pass. Bilodeau brings it into the offensive zone. Unfortunately, gets tied up with the Wings player. The Wings bring it up along the near boards. Wilson tries to break up that play. Downey putting pressure along that puck along with Wilson. The puck leaks over to the opposite wall. Centering pass goes off of the post. The puck wraps around. The Wings from the point. Shot saved by Winfield. Another shot sticked out. Wilson putting pressure along the puck. The puck leaks out into the neutral zone. Bilodeau with some speed tries to get it over to Giesman, but it gets picked off by the Wings. The Wings are looking to center. They take it behind the net. Steer's there to try to break up the play. We have 5:09 left in the third period. Nice poke check by Bilodeau to get that puck down. No icing, so both teams are going on changes. No icing, and that will be icing. So 4:54 left in the third period. Score is 2-1 in favor of the Wings. We have Sheehan, Baker, Moore, Lugar, and Knob on a face-off to the right of the goalie. So the puck leaks over towards the wall. The Wings get it out into the neutral zone. The Wings have some speed, try to get it passed over, but couldn't get anything on there. The puck leaks behind the net. The Wings send it up along the boards. Cross-ice pass. The Wings with a shot blocked by Moore. Baker and Lugar trying to get this puck out. Baker up along the near boards, but the Wings keep it in. Shot deflected wide of the net. Baker trying to get it out, goes behind the net. Knob sends it around to Moore. Moore tries to get up, but the Wings keep it in. Bouncing puck. Winfield is down, and I think the puck is covered. So it's kind of a bouncing puck. And Winfield went to save it and kind of got down, sitting on the ground, and then I think he did end up covering it. So 4:14 left in the third period. Score is still 2-1 in favor of the Wings. We have Kaufman, Wilson, Williams, Eichfeld, and I think Brooks. So Brooks will go behind the net, sends it towards Williams and Eichfeld. Eichfeld trying to get that puck out. Williams does hit that puck and gets it into the neutral zone. The Wings will have to regroup, dump it, cross ice pass. Brooks behind the net, sends it around towards Kaufman. Kaufman fighting for the puck along the boards, gets it centered but broken up by the Wings and kept in the zone. Brooks has it behind the net, gets it over towards Kaufman. Kaufman tries to get it up and does get out into the neutral zone. Eichfeld with some speed to try to get to that puck, but that'll be icing. So 3:35 left in the third period. So we're going to have Knob, I think Knob, Steer, Zoldy, Wideline, and Conrad. So shot from the point, saved by Winfield. Knob with this puck behind the net, hits it hard around the boards towards Zoldy. Zoldy tries to get it out, but the Wings keep it in. Steer gets that puck, sends it hard around the boards over towards Wideline on the opposite wall. Knob trying to fight to get that puck. The Wings do center it. They keep it in momentarily before it bounces out into the neutral zone. They weren't on sides. So 3:01 left in the third period. Definitely a fast-paced game, some good hockey here. Thank you everybody for watching. Got lots of noise and commotion here. The game after us, all the kids are here waiting to play. Giesman, Brooks, Wilson. Wilson sends that up towards Downey. Wilson dumps it down to the corner. Leaks around. Giesman will go try to collect this. Giesman to Sheehan. Sheehan tries to get a shot off, deflected up. Downey tries to get a shot off, goes over towards Giesman. Giesman towards the middle. Sheehan trying to get a shot off, but sticks tied up with the Wings. The Wings send it into the neutral zone. No icing. Wilson collects it, sends it around the boards towards Sheehan. Sheehan still fighting for that puck. Shot deflected to the near boards. Sheehan coming in to try to break up that play. Still fighting for it along the boards there. I think that's Downey that comes up with it, brings it behind the net, gets it around that one player. Downey has some speed through the neutral zone. Downey brings it in. Downey through that player. Downey with a shot saved by the goalie. Sheehan with a rebound, deflected. The Wings do come up with it, try to get it out, kept in by Brooks. Brooks down towards Downey. Downey back to Brooks. Brooks with a shot off of the glove of the goalie. Giesman tries to get a rebound in. Sheehan with this puck centers it, deflected wide of the net. So we were trying to pull Winfield, and I think we put a man on the ice a little bit too early because we were going to put them on and Winfield off, and then the Wings had gained possession of the puck, so then Winfield was going back to the net, and so we got too many men on the ice. So we have 1:29 left in the third period. The score is still 2-1 in favor of the Wings. So we're going to have Brooks, Eichfeld, Bilodeau, Steer, and Kaufman. Kaufman with a good block there to break up that play. Kaufman is still fighting for this puck, gets it to Bilodeau. Bilodeau brings it in. The Wings have it. Winfield's going to the bench. Eichfeld with a backhanded shot saved by the goalie. So we have an empty net, 6 players on. Kaufman fighting for that puck. Coffin back to Steer. Steer with a shot wide of the net. Eichfeld over, 58 seconds left. Eichfeld fighting for this puck along the boards. Eichfeld brings it in to Billadu. Billadu tries to get a shot off. Eichfeld with a shot, saved by the goalie. Downey with this puck over along the boards. 45 seconds left. A bouncing puck, and that'll be icing. So 41 seconds left in the third period. We have an empty net. The score is still 2-1 in favor of the Wings. So we'll have a 6-on-5 advantage because of the empty net. We have Eichfeld, Downey, Giesman, Kaufman, Steer, and Brooks. So Eichfeld with his face-off, still sitting there. Eichfeld comes up with the puck momentarily. Eichfeld still trying to get to this puck. Brooks tries to keep it in, but it does deflect out. 31 seconds. Steer will go back, but that'll be icing. So 29 seconds left.
So they're allowing some other people to use their
So we're going to have the same crew out there on a face-off to the right of the goalie. So Eichfeld trying to get to this puck, goes back towards Brooks. Brooks along the boards, trying to get it centered, goes behind the net. Giesman sends it around to Brooks. 18 seconds left. The Wings dump it down. Oh. So the Wings dump it down, a rolling puck, and it looked like it was going wide of the net, but at the last minute it took a curve on that rolling puck and went in. So empty net goal for the Wings. That'll put them up 3-1. So we have 11 seconds left in the third period. So we have Baker, Conrad, wide line, Knob, and Wilson, shot wide of the net. We have 3 seconds left, 2 seconds left, 1. So that's the end of the game. So at the end of the game, the Wings do win 3-1, but a hard-fought game by the Mustangs. Great to see them play hard and fight hard there against a really tough and difficult team. Thank you, everybody, for watching. Again, our games for tomorrow have been canceled because of the weather. Hopefully everybody drives safely, gets home, everybody be safe for the weather, and we'll see you the next time that we do broadcast, which I can't remember because I did look at the schedule that far ahead. Thank you, and have a good rest of your night.